Well, we are at the original Blade Boot Camp. This is one of the first spots we ever came up when we started doing the channel, and I thought that would be a fitting place to wrap up a year of testing on the Kansbol and the Gar Burg. Both these knives are not necessarily new to the market anymore. They came out, I believe, in 2016. I purchased them almost right away and just haven't gotten around to reviewing them, but they literally have gone out with me with every single trip for over a year and been used on almost every single trip. So I've had about a year of experience with both of these knives, so I can give you a full comprehensive just feel for these knives. I just wanted to give it quick. You guys have seen it. They've been around a while, but I want to give you my take on these two blades. First, I want to speak to the Gar Burg. Now, I don't know who's making up these names, if it's like some elf, forger in Lord of the Rings or something like that, because if they are, that's cool. The Gar Burg is this guy. This is the more expensive one. Now, we're gonna have links in the description below over for you guys. That's a great way to help support the channel over to Amazon. So after this video, if these knives stand out to you, if you guys hop over there, use those hyperlinks, that helps me buy knives just like this, gear that you see here on a regular basis, and give you full comprehensive videos. Now, the big claim to fame with the Gar Burg is its full tang ability and design. Now, this is Mora's first full tang out the back. Now, they have some rat tail tangs out there, or partial tangs. That's what they're really known for and have been making for decades. This was their first jump into a more stout, quote unquote, survival style full tang knife. To be honest with you guys, I think that's a total boost for sales gimmick. That's what they're trying to do, is trying to get more people to buy stuff from them that's more in the survivalist crowd than the bushcraft crowd, because myself, being somebody who loves survival knives and big blades, I always look for full tangs that are exposed and all that. But for this size, I don't care if it's a partial tang or a full tang, exposed or not. This thing is only designed for basically bushcrafting, slicing, cutting, food prep, feather stick making, and that's about it. You're not gonna be chopping down trees and splitting down, giant logs with batoning and all that. They're just not designed for that. They don't have the capability for it. So is the full tang a selling point for me? Absolutely not. The Kansbol, again, designed by some elf lord, hammering out this guy, is a partial tang like we've known for years, just like the heavy duty companion, the bushcraft black, and many other Moras that have been around forever and well trusted by the community. It goes down about halfway through into the handle. It's very lightweight. This is going to be much lighter than the Gar Burg, coming in at like 3.5 ounces for this knife, what I'm holding right here. I mean, that's lighter than half the pocket knives I own, which is fantastic. Now, it's going to be thinner than on the Gar Burg. It's going to have a slightly lower Sandvik steel. It's the 12C27, I believe is the number. So it's still very good for the price point of around the $30 price point for the basic model, and then I believe it's about $45 for the more expensive MOLLE compatible sheath model. But for that price point, you're going to get a great stainless steel. It's going to be able to tune up really well. I think it's better than what you would see in like 420 high carbon and like HCR 13 MOV, which is what you'll be finding in a lot of other knives in this price range and size range. And just making it so lightweight, I just love its capability. So we're going to cut away real fast just to get a little closer and talk a little bit more in detail on these knives real fast for you. The blade length on the Kansbol is going to come in at 4.125. Great, perfect blade length for bushcrafting and camping and all the different types of things that you would do. Now it's nice and thin at 0.1. Totally dig that. And the handle being that polymer handle with now offering lanyard holes on both of these models is really cool to see, and extremely warm to the touch. Great, no hot spots, extremely ergonomic. One of the best ergonomic handles you'll ever find on the market. And the blade itself, very good performer, Scandi grind, but I'm not a huge fan of this kind of dueling grind that they got going on here. You got your normal natural Scandi back here into a flat, then it has like a flat into almost like the secondary bevel. It's interesting. I don't know why they really went that direction. It just isn't aesthetically pleasing. There's really no difference in performance level. It just is, it looks kind of goofy when you line it up next to the Gar Burg, which is way more just a natural style that I would prefer. So it's not really going to affect any performance. It just kind of looks goofy and isn't my taste on the actual blade, like styling, but the edge and everything about it is going to work fantastic. 90-degree spinal launch sparks all day long. The Gar Burg is going to have the almost same blade length at 4.25, so just a hair longer, but an actual cutting edge because of this very small ricasso of 4 inches even. So totally dig that. Natural Scandi, just like you would expect on a lot of knives out there, and I prefer just the blade profile on this a little bit better than on the Kansbol. 90-degree spine again, that will just launch sparks all day long. obviously that full Tang lanyard hole, all that. And then as well as the fact that it's going to be a little bit thicker at 0.12. And again, the full Tang is going to make it about 2 ounces heavier than this guy, overall 2.5 ounces heavier, but a fantastic performer, still coming in at 1/8 of an inch. This is just even thinner, so geometry would say that the Kansbol is the better of the two slicers, but if it comes to overall performance, I just like the Gar Burg overall as a package a little bit more for the price point that we're talking about of a $70 knife. Not, again, to take anything away from the Kansbol, but that is what the Gar Burg will be offering you, of just being a little bit stouter and having that natural Scandi all the way through, as well as the upgraded Sandvik steel. These will be able to do triggers, traps, notches, food prep, all of that stuff so well, and compete with anything else out there on the market or surpass it in these size ranges. I'm also super stoked about the sheaths. For years, I've been complaining about Mora's sheaths. Now, they're great for the price point. If you pay $18 for a heavy-duty companion, the sheath is, going to hold the knife and it's okay. But if that's going to be like a go-to knife for you, you're going to probably want to upgrade with leather or Kydex. You don't necessarily need to do that with these knives. The Kansbol has the exact same capability as the Gar Burg for a little bit more money. The cheaper version is what you see right here. It's going to have this modular, in the sense that it's ambidextrous, good retention, it's not going to fall out the bottom, polymer sheath. But this time they now offer this with a collar that is removable. I'm going to see if I can do it. There's a little collar that can come off if you need to. And then it sits really nice and snug with like a synthetic leather kind of style right here. So it's going to be able to hang, dangle, and it's Blade Tech compatible. So you can put it screwed onto a Blade Tech lock or something like that. Super cool for 30 bucks. One of the best just all around packages you could ever find on the market. So the Herndy-Derndy here, the Gar Burg sheath. This is the cheaper version, about 70 bucks. They do have a leather version sheath, which looks awesome, but I decided to go with this because it's more modular. What this system has that you can also get for the Kansbol for a little bit more if you want, a great setup. I totally love it. You can carry it upside down. The knife's not going to fall out. It's got this nice retention strap there. Again, ambidextrous, polymer. On the back here, it has this Velcro tab that you run through, PALS webbing, backpack straps, however, whatever. And the best part that I love about this is that you can have this mounted to your gear, unvelcro it, take it off, leave the mount attached to your gear, rock this, put it on your belt, go do your thing. Then when it's time to pack up for the day or the camping trip, bam, you just slide this bad boy back on, feed that through, and you're ready to hit the trail again, ready to rock and roll. Super well thought out. One for the price, one of the best sheaths I've ever seen on the market. So again, this is a little bit different than my normal videos, not going super in depth with every single little tit and tittle and spec and all that. But really just wanted to share with you after a year of using both of these knives. The first thing I want to touch on is the price of the Gar Burg. I know when it first was released, people were really balking at that. $70 Mora, usually we spend less than 20 on a Mora. This is my thing. If Benchmade had produced this knife, everything was exactly the same, it just said Benchmade on it, everyone would be like screaming from the rooftops that that was like one of the best deals on the planet. So I think for the price, you're getting a great knife that could be a total standalone knife for you that you use for years and years. It's your side companion, bushcraft, camping blade, and then you have axes and saws or big choppers to compare with or to pair with this to do all of your larger wood processing. And I think compared to what else is on the market, I think you're actually getting a great bang for buck when you look at other companies in similar designs and materials. I think this is a great either starter knife if you're just getting in the outdoors. You maybe want something a little bit better than a heavy duty companion, but you don't have $50, $60, $70 for a Gar Burg. Go with this Kansbol. You roll into a campsite, you roll on a camping trip, hiking trip with this thing. This will do everything a compact fixed blade is supposed to do and more at great price points. So I think they did a phenomenal job with that, really tuning this up. Upgrading designs and taking designs that they've gotten from quite a while of making knives and really producing a knife that's not only hitting a great price point, but is also going to be a great performer. Or for me, this is a great backup blade. I can either carry this or I can carry other, $200 fixed blades that I'm usually going to use. But if one of them breaks, if I lose it, if it gets, dumped on the trail, chipped out, damaged, bam, I can drop in this Kansbol and I can work all day and it's going to give me just the same amount of performance, just maybe not quite as good edge retention. That's about it. So there you go, folks. Love them both. They both have a fantastic place in my collection and in my systems that I regularly use. These guys have so much wear and use, and I plan on using them for years and years to come. So I hope this video has helped you guys out decide between the Kansbol, the Gar Burg, or other Moras that are out there, or just other knives in general in this size range, giving you my feedback, my feel after a year of use, having them go out regularly with me on the trail into the Blade Boot Camp. So thank you so much. Check us out on all the relevant social media. That's a great way to see what's up and coming. Always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.